Studios. No, it don't get no better than on consciousness info. sa.neter TV 7. You keep it hot 24/7. You got that Black Wolf 102. sa.neter TV 2. Yeah.
You are now inside sa.neter Studios, the House of Consciousness production, Black News presentation.
Yeah. Peace and black power to everybody out there. Real quick, I don't know how to do it. As far as having a email blast, but I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna figure this thing out by next week, Monday, because I got a whole weekend. My weekend is packed. My schedule is packed. So I'm really gonna be in the streets all this week, starting tomorrow, Saturday, and even Sunday is ISUPK barbecue. So I'll be out there with them and the General, Commanding General Yohana, and I'll be out there just having some fun, man, chopping it up with them. So it's going to be a full weekend, and then Saturday, the General Yohana will be at the at that park where we did the battle with Tazariot. So that's going to be on and fire. I'm going to see if I can get Jabari to roll with me, and maybe he could step up to the mic if he ain't scared and challenge the General on some things. That would be awesome. So I'm trying to get Jabari. I've been calling Jabari today, and I'm going to see what happens. You know me, I make things happen. So what I'm trying to do is see if I could get this some help on this YouTube, on this blast on the email, Gmail blast. I want my people to email me. Not now. I'm gonna give you the email where I can send out a blast. I just want to fill it up because you see how YouTube is doing. They don't want to send out the notifications on me. So there's ways to get around it. I just fix up a email blast where I can send it out when I'm live, you know. So that's how I'll do it from now on. Starting next week, we will get that done. I'm gonna work on it now, and I'm gonna get it done. So if you are of the Shinnecock Nation, I want you to step up. That's what I want. I want you to step up. Give me a little bit of history on that. Give me some history on that. If you are of the Shinnecock Nation, hit that link. Come on in. Don't be afraid to come in. Once again, I've just learned this, right? Because I've been in the street damn near at a young age. I wasn't in the house. I wasn't no houseboy. I was in the street doing my thing, hustling and grinding, because my mother, she had 7 of us. So we grew up poor. I was a poor man growing up. There were times when I had to, keeping it 100, where me and my sister, we would change sneakers. I wear them one day, she would wear them one day. You know, so I grew up like that, man, and poor, you know. My mother had 7 of us, and she raised us all by herself. And shout out to moms, man. She did a hell of a good job. You know what I'm saying? Struggling. And so I was out there when I got a little older, like 15 and all that. I started going out to 14. I started going out there hustling, working. I remember working in the flower shop at a young age, 14. I was living on 159th Street in Amsterdam. It was called Sugar Hill. It's still called Sugar Hill at this time. And working in the flower shop, you know, wrapping up flowers and selling the flowers to the people. I was hustling. And it also brings me back. I was always a hustler. Make no mistake about it. In Key Food, in Shoptown and stuff like that, like big grocery stores, I used to pack bags. They don't do that no more. But I remember growing up and packing bags, running to the grocery store before whoever get there, first come, first serve, and you pack bags and you get your tips like that. I would come home with $30, $40, $50 sometime. It depends on if you stay there till it closed. You kill it, you make a killing, you know? And when they start to like you, they say, you know what? I want Frankie the pack for me like that. The cash register, she would say, I want you to pack for me, and so I would be their number one packer. And also on Sundays, I would deliver papers, newspapers. I would have a shopping cart full of papers, Sunday newspapers. Y'all know them big papers, Sunday news. Go into the projects, knock on the door. I would start from the 14th floor, work my way down. Every morning, every Sunday morning, they didn't have to go out and get it. They would know. I'd be like, paper, paper, and come in, and I would do good. I was always, like I said, a hustler. I was always about getting that money. Yeah, I was the paper boy. Damn right. I ain't no shame in my game, right? And so as I got older, I started doing other things like getting big money now. Now I'm into the drug game, started getting money with that, like hustling. And my mom's always told me, you better be careful out there, son, where you getting all this money from. And I was like, Ma, come home, shower up, sleep for about a good 2 to 3 hours, get back up, get fly, suited and booted, get just fresh, and go out there and do another joint, 24 hours. Go out there and come back home with over $1,000 in my pocket, sometime over 2,000. Yep. So that's a little bit about myself, and that's probably why. No, that's not probably why. That is the reason why I really didn't know that much about my family background, because I was always in the street. My uncle was doing his thing. He was out there in the world, preaching and stuff like that. My cousin, and my mother was considered, she always said that she was the black sheep of the family. Moms used to always say, I'm the black sheep of the family. I'd be like, no, you're not, Ma. Stop it, man. Stop it, Mama. You young. You're the youngest one out of all of them, So recently at my mother's funeral, my uncle came in. And he preached for her services. And as he was preaching, doing her services, her brother, he started talking about his father, her father, my grandfather. And talking about the Shinnecock Nation. And I was like, Shinnecock Nation? What is you talking about? What are you talking about? And that's my grandfather right there. Frank Merritt. That's him. That's my grandpa. Yep. I used to hate when his ass would come over to the house, because my mother would tell him everything that went on for the whole week. And we hated when he would come through. He would put me over his knee, and he would just get the welling on my behind, spanking me, tearing my butt up, tearing my ass up. You know what I'm saying? And so we would hate when he come. I'd be like, oh man, grandpa coming over. So he is full-blooded Shinnecock. His father was full-blooded Shinnecock, from the Shinnecock Nation, according to his son, my Uncle Richard, telling me this history about him. And I was like, wow, Uncle Richard, are you serious that grandpa was a Shinnecock? And now when he said that, I felt like a little crazy, because I've been banging on these Indians all this time and not even knowing that I'm a goddamn Shinnecock from the Shinnecock Nation. Yeah, I got Native American in my blood. I took my DNA, and of course, you'll see African American, you will see Native American. So at least I got proof. I got the proof. I took my DNA. I'm not of those who say, oh, I don't need no DNA. DNA is not real. I got my DNA. I could show you. You see? So there's my proof there. And man. And so when he started talking about that, why would Reggie be pissed about my life? Why would he be pissed? I mean, that's crazy. For anybody to be pissed about what I'm saying, my life ain't got nothing to do with nobody else's. You know, shout out to Reggie, man. Shout out to Reg. I don't think Reggie will be pissed. I just learned a little more about myself, man. You know, it's a little late, but better late than never, right? Better late than never. So, yeah. sa.neter Abo. Don't stop playing with me, y'all. Come on, man. sa.neter Abo. Nah, I'm just of the Shinnecock Nation. That's all it is. I'm proud of it. So whenever I learn about myself, I'm proud of that, man. When I learned that I was, my father was Puerto Rican, I'm proud of that. I mean, what I look like hating on myself? I'm not hating myself. I love myself. And so, as we go on, I'm learning a little more every day about my grandfather. Let me tell you, let me see. My uncle sent me this last night. He sent me this picture last night. Let me show you. Here's another one that I want to share with y'all. Let me show you who my grandfather was. See? And it's good, man. I feel so goddamn good because I didn't have these images. Thank God for my uncle who kept this stuff, who is still here with us. He is the last of the siblings here. My aunt, my mother, my uncle, and my other uncle passed away already. He is the last one here. And so I wish I would have knew this because I would have got information from all of my grandfather's siblings, you know? And so let me share this one with you right quick. Let me share this picture right here with you. Where is it at? Here you go. Let me share this one. There it is. There go my grandpa once again, sitting in the middle. He's in the middle. And you got two sisters on the outside of him. Now, when my uncle sent me this picture last night, right? And it came with something. Let me show you what it came with. Some words. Let me show you. Come on now. Damn, man. Okay, damn. Yeah, he sent me his burial where he's at, where he's laid the rest at. He's laid the rest right there in Long Island. Right? So, okay. He said he was the president of the Usher Board of Refuge Temple on 7th Avenue on 125th Street. So what I did was I looked that up just now, and sure enough, the temple is still there. Refuge Temple is still there. It makes me now want to go in there and see who's the pastor so I can show him this picture and be like, yo, my grandpops was up in here, man. What? My grandfather was up in here. He was the goddamn president of the Ushers Board. That's him right there. Wow. That's crazy. Grandpa Frank, that was his name. So my uncle sent me that last night. And it's just crazy that I'm getting to learn more and more about him. See that? And so there you have it. So now, let me bring you back to this video first. Let me bring you back to this video when I first learned about me. Hey, you could come on in, man. Yo, War Child, you could come in because I know you know about, thank you. Yeah, I know you know about the Shinnecock. I know that. Are you a Shinnecock?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, also, what interested me was I even looked up Old Dirty Bastard. And when I looked up Old Dirty Bastard, I seen Old Dirty Bastard talking about how he was of the Shinnecock Nation. And he started talking about his grandfather. The same story that I'm talking about right now, he's doing the same. He was doing the same thing before me. He talked about how his grandfather, was of the Shinnecock. And so he goes on the Howard Stern show and they making all kind of fun, like it's a joke about him, but he stayed firm and he stayed solid. And yes, he is of the Shinnecock Nation. And when you look at him and look at his mother and the features, you'd be like, God damn, yes, he is of the Shinnecock. So let me play this real quick. All right, I want everybody to know that this is my Uncle Richard right here. One of my mother's favorite brother, right? And so I want to ask you something. You said something that was very good to me in there, and I didn't know. I'd be arguing with people about the Native American Indians, and I'd be saying I'm not an Indian, I'm an African. So talk to me about what you said about that.
Just
about my
short.
grandfather.
Yeah. Dad came from Long Island, further out near around Kokomo, and he was in the tribe of the Shinnecock, Shinnecock Indians.
So my grandfather,
Native American, and he moved, married Graham, and moved into Glen Cove.
wow, man, I know the people.
Correct. Native American, indigenous folks.
Say that again.
I said Native American, indigenous folks. If you want to be politically correct, we are not from the country of India. We are Indian.
Now, how come we didn't know nothing about this history though?
I don't know.
Because it wasn't passed down to me.
I knew.
She knew.
So you know
Well, yes,
about this.
I knew because my father is William Merritt, and he always told us that we were part of the Native American and Shinnecock tribe.
Oh, wow. Now, when I look at my cousin Angela right here, man, she definitely looked like a goddamn Shinnecock. For real. I'm looking at her like, wow, look at her.
You look like one of my aunties or something, bro.
Word, man. Damn, let me go. It's almost over.
And
I be online arguing with the brothers that be saying we Indian.
And Anita Gale too. And I told my kids about the Shinnecock Indians.
Wow.
So we were all aware of it. Anita Gale knew, Billy knew, all of us knew.
All of y'all knew except us.
But
I
Except
was
me.
Indian in my family.
Right. All right, so everybody, y'all hear it? This is my Uncle Richard right here, and he came,
Now I'm gonna give
the
you
priest for my mother. Go ahead.
I'm going to give you an assignment. Check out the Shinnecocks. Google it. All right?
Right.
The Long Island Indians.
Oh, man, beautiful. Thank you. How come you ain't tell me nothing about the Indian family?
Oh, I've known about the Shinnecocks for years. You didn't know we were Shinnecocks.
So what was your father?
My father was a Shinnecock.
Now, that's her sister, the one I was just speaking. That's my other cousin, Nita. And she like, man, oh, you ain't know about the Shinnecock? So they laughing at me, like, oh, you ain't know? We knew this for years. You ain't know that? What, you thought you was an African? That's what she hit me with. Oh, you thought you just was African? Oh, man. All right. Uncle? Hold on.
We ever from that tribe?
My uncle
Yes,
and my mother was a Shinnecock Indian?
And if you think about their features, you can see it.
Yeah,
You know,
wow.
think about your mom's features. Her cheekbones, they were all part of the Shinnecock tribe.
So we're not African, you saying?
We are Africans, Americans, we are Native Americans.
Now, I'm glad she said that. You see that? I can rock with you now. Now, if she would have told me, no, we're not Africans, it would have set me back a little bit. Because that's the only problem I have with the abos. When they say, no, I'm full-blooded Indian. No, I'm full-blooded this. But no, thank you, cuz. She said, no, we are African Americans and we are Native American. So she did not hide her Africanness. She did not take away and hate her Africanness, bro.
Right.
When she said that, it opened me up a little more. I can accept that. I love that. I take that. Listen.
They were all part of the Shinnecock tribe.
So we're not African, you saying?
We are Africans, Americans, we are Native Americans.
Okay. There you go.
All of the above.
Right. Wow.
And Dad's grandmother was named Graham.
Yes.
Yeah, her name was Graham. And she married a Shinnecock Indian.
So there y'all have it. I can't go against the Indians no more.
That's right.
I didn't even know my family were Indians. Wow, it's in my blood. Don't forget, my father was Puerto Rican.
Yeah, that's right. Joe.
There you go.
I remember
there
Joe.
You go. So there you go.
Yeah.
So you're black and indigenous.
All right. So what do you think about that, my man? War Child? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
My bad.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
man,
you.
it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So you didn't get to go to any powwow. Labor Day is
No.
coming up.
Yeah, I missed all of that stuff, man. Wow, man. And so, I called Unc early because I wanted to hear what Unc had to say. So I called Unc, right? I said, Unc, I said, what do you think about Shinnecock Nation mixing with African? Is that a possibility? And he said, yeah, of course. I said, well, I just found out that I am of the Shinnecock Nation. And he just started, Unc just started laughing, right? And then I told him, I started explaining it to him. And then when I explained it to him, he said, oh yeah, that's possible. That is possible. So even Unc agreed that yes, you can be Shinnecock and African. And then when I showed him my DNA, he said, oh, see, Sal, you got the proof right there. You good. He said, you good. So I showed him my DNA and all that. You know?
You have 12%. My grandmother and her family, a large portion of my first cousins live on the reservation. Now, since you just found this out, it's great because Labor Day is coming up. And that's every year is the powwow in the Hamptons. Go ahead and go see for yourself how much black is on the res. Okay. And it's beautiful. It's amazing, yo. My grandmother used to take me there. So I have my Shinnecock is on my maternal side, you know what I'm saying? On my mother's side, you know what I'm saying? Which is a huge thing for the nation, because a lot of them focus on the mother's the maternal bloodline. As you know what I'm saying, like from my, you know what I'm saying, my Israelite brothers, we focus on the paternal, right? But African cultures did that too, with the maternal blood over the father's blood. But so yeah, go ahead and check it out, man. You go over there. Your family members look a lot like I want to pull up a picture of my grandmother and stuff when you get done. You know what I'm saying? Show you like the family. So you
hey, Roy Bay, knock out the Dominican, Roy Bay. Roy Bay, knock out the Dominican. Just say Puerto Rican, not Dominican.
Okay. You see my cheekbones, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got the same cheekbones. We got the bubble nose. You know what I'm saying?
Let me play this right here. I got another clip. Now, I said, you know what? I got to call my uncle again, and I got to call my cousin again. Let me get a little more information. And here's the call right here. I recorded it.
So Grandpa's mother married an Indian from the Shinnecock Indian tribe. So Grandpa's mother and father were of Indian descent. Not full Indian descent. The mother was mixed black and Indian. The father was full Shinnecock Indian.
Right.
Full.
Right.
So that makes Grandpa Frank an Indian. That makes him an Indian. And then, of course, we all came.
My grandfather's name was Frank. That's who I was named after, my mother's father. So my grandfather's father was full-blooded. He married a woman who was half and half. So they always say you are what your father is, right? And so my grandfather's father was full-blooded Shinnecock. And that's what made him Shinnecock, full-blooded.
From him, so it just ran down through the bloodline. That means your mother, my father, all of them were, by the time it got to their line, they would be what, 50% or kind of, because Grandpa would be considered 100% because his dad was, but his mom was mixed.
So Grandpa's father was full-blooded Shinnecock.
Yes, Shinnecock. Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, his brother.
So when did you learn this? When did you know that?
I mean, my daddy told me that all my life. He had no problem telling people he was a Shinnecock Indian, and that's why he get red. You know, my daddy used to be a drinker. He get red when he get mad, and he get red when he starts to drinking. I got these red undertones. He would always talk about that. And when I say always, I mean always. So I
what part of the city you in right now? Where's you at?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever went to any of the powwows?
You mean with the Indians?
Yes.
No, I have not. As a matter of fact, when Jay, who is my husband, his father is also from Glen Cove. Okay? Mm-hmm. And there's there's another tribe there. There's the Shinnecock, and there's another tribe there in Glen Cove that Jay's father is a descendant of. But when I talked to him and talked to my dad and talked about the Shinnecock, and him and my dad met and they talked about the Indians and the ancestors in Glen Cove. I don't know that they visit a lot of powwows because the Long Island Indians. I don't know. I really don't know a lot about them, Frankie. I don't know if they're totally still Indians. Like down here, these Indians still stay on reservations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the Long Island Indians, but it would definitely be something to dig into.
Yeah, they still there. They still there, and it's getting ready to be a powwow down there. Coming up. There's a powwow coming up. I might go just to interview a few of them.
Yeah, and those are definitely your people. So when you go, I don't know the name of Grandpa's dad, but I will see if I can find out for you.
Okay, now Grandpa's dad, where did Grandpa get the name Merritt from? His dad got to be a Merritt, right?
No, I think his mother. His mom was Black and had Indian in her, Graham. So I believe his last name came from Graham as opposed to his father.
Okay.
Because we might see, at that point, we might be Halulus or whatever. I don't know a lot of Indian last names, but I know it wouldn't be as simple as Merritt. That
right.
just like your last name came from your mother. But you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So his last name came from his mom, Merritt.
Right. Now, let me ask you another question. So are you saying we are more Shinnecock than we are Africans? Because Grandpa was a full-blooded Shinnecock.
No, because by the time you have your mother and then your mother has you, that would make us, and your dad was Puerto Rican, so you all mixed up. But for me...
See, my dad was Puerto Rican, so you all mixed up. But see, that's the part I like, man. Nah, they don't hide the Africanness. That's what I love that.
My mom was African American, and my dad was, let's just say, he was half or 1/4 of still the Shinnecock culture. By the time those two people get together and have me, I have Shinnecock in my bloodline, but I'm more African American. I think you'd be more of a mix of Puerto Rican and Indian and Black, but you have them all three.
I did my DNA. And my DNA came back Native American and African. It was a mix. It was right there.
Yeah. Because you got to put out all the cultures that we've blended with,
right.
Inside. And remember, our great grandmother that married the Shinnecock Indian was Black and Shinnecock.
Wow, damn, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
I'm getting ready to call Uncle Richard after this so I could get more information.
It's crazy because I guess your mother just didn't tell that story, but Aunt Frances and my father, honey, they talked about it all the time. They would talk about it when they get together.
All right, Aunt Frances and her father. Let me bring up my Aunt Frances and her father. Right here. Let me share with you my Aunt Frances, who passed a year before my mother. My mom's was right behind her. Okay. Here's the three siblings together. Right here. Here go all three of them. That's her father right there. That's my Aunt Frances sitting down, and that's my mother in the middle. So sisters and brother. That's my Aunt Frances. So when you look at my Aunt Frances, and you can see it right there, the high cheekbones as well. And my mother, high cheekbones. And then her brother over there. So yeah, that's the three siblings that's together right now. So what do you think about this, brother? Talk to me about the Shinnecock.
Yeah. It's awesome. So yeah, Shinnecock Indian, I did a whole paper on that for college, you know what I'm saying, and how the blending with African Americans and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they were primarily seafarers, you know what I'm saying, because they were on the island, and they were whalers. They actually used to catch whales, and I think to a degree, like certain tribes still have a legal right, even while it's illegal to hunt whales. you know what I'm saying, or do any whaling. Certain tribes, like there's I wouldn't call them Eskimos. I forget what you call them now. You know what I'm saying, to be politically correct. They can still whale. And Shinnecock Indian and Minotaur. A lot of Shinnecock Indian and Minotaur tribes that were on Long Island. It's a couple of, I think there was like maybe 4 or 5 tribes, you know what I'm saying, that yes, Inuit. Thank you, Gideon. That you know what, they were separate tribes, but they still dealt with each other. So, you know, you go to the Hamptons, our reservation is there on one of the, listen, the Hamptons is like, what would you say the most expensive place to live in Hollywood is? So
the most expensive place to live in Hollywood,
right? Or something like that, right?
Say that again.
Beverly Hills or something.
Yes,
right?
that's what I was going to say.
Right. So Hamptons is technically the that's where Diddy has a house.
Mm-hmm.
So this land, a lot of you know, they're very protective. Shinnecock Indian Nation is very protective of the reservation there because it's in a prime real estate territory. You know what I'm saying? Where many rich, famous people, what's his name? Billy Joel, and they own freaking mansions over there. Okay. So when you go to definitely go if you can. If you can go. You're gonna love it, man. It's powerful. My grandma take me to powwows every year from when we were children all the way up into our teen years. You know what I'm saying? And I miss it actually. So and it's a beautiful thing because you know you see the different shades. You see the lighter skin tones and the darker skin tones. My grandmother, you know what I'm saying, was lighter skinned. My and her aunt, my auntie, you know, so I was searching for some pictures because I actually had some black and white pictures of my great grandmother with the feathers and everything on. You know what I'm saying? And I can't find it. It's buried in all of my photos. But you know what I'm saying?
Go to a couple of powwows with Phoenix Moon, but damn, I done forgot all about that. But I think I'm gonna go to one. I gotta interview some peoples, man.
Yeah, just open this up right before Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think if you don't believe in some divine interventions.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Oh my God, man. Hey, I was asking AI some questions, and yo, come on in if you want to, OTK. I was asking AI some questions, and yo, listen, family. My people been here before the Africans came over here, bro. That's a fact. I used to fight that. I used to go against the Indians and all of that. Yeah. But the truth of the matter is, now that I'm starting to dig a little deeper into it, y'all need to start doing a little more history, bro. And I'm talking about Unc and all of y'all out there. Y'all need to start doing a little more research, man, because the Shinnecock Nation, they've been here for thousands of years, bro. Right. Thousands of years, man. You know?
Yeah. They were very important.
Yes, man.
Very important to the New York building. York City, you know what I'm saying?
When they say, man, we always been here, and I be like, what? You ain't always, you come from, man, we always been here, bro. We always been here, bro. Over 1,000 years. Over 1,000 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to OTK, you know what I'm saying? That's my cousin on my father's, that's my paternal father's side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
So I asked the question, right? I'm gonna do it again right here. I asked the question: how did the Shinnecock Nation get here? And they went in on that. Let me see. Let me ask them. How did the Shinnecock Nation get here to New York City?
Jews first arrived in New York City in 1650 as refugees from Brazil, forming the first Jewish.
That's not it. How old is the Shinnecock Nation and how long have they been here in New York? Not true, sir? You said not true, sir?
I couldn't find any information about a synagogue mason, but Freemasonry has a long history in New York.
That's not what I'm asking you, man. Damn.
You might want to say Indian, Shinnecock.
Yeah,
Indian.
yeah, you're right. Tell me the history of the Shinnecock Indian Nation.
The Shinnecock Nation, an Algonquian-speaking people,
There you go.
has inhabited Long Island for over 13,000 years.
Woo!
Skilled fishermen, whalers, hunters, and farmers, they were among the first contact tribes to encounter European settlers, beginning with the Dutch and English in the 1600s. European diseases and land encroachment significantly reduced the Shinnecock population and disrupted their traditional way of life. They were one of the first tribes to engage in commercial whaling with English colonists, a practice that continued for centuries. Despite these challenges, the Shinnecock maintained their identity and culture, and on October 1st, 2010, the Shinnecock Nation received federal recognition.
Do y'all hear that? Come on, man. Yo, did y'all hear that? But
Did I say that?
Skilled fishermen. What? Come on, man. Put some respect on the Shinnecock Nation, yo. God. Yo, Reggie. Put some respect on the Shinnecock, man. Now y'all got me to deal with now. Y'all got me to deal with now. This is all now. It's
a big problem.
now. Huh? But see, the difference between me is I'm not denying my African gene. I'm not denying none of that.
Correct.
And it also talked about how the Shinnecock Nation was also mixed with the Africans.
Yeah.
See? So I'm not denying that. So y'all gonna have problems with me. Y'all don't want to deal with me on this, man. Because once my family told me this, man, I'm believing my family over all. I got to believe my uncle. I got to believe my grandpops over all of y'all. You know? Right. Damn. That's what's up right there.
You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because they were trying to encourage me to get my my card for the reservation, which I really do want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I got first cousins that have all of their cards, man. They have all of their papers. First
now, how do you get that information? Where do I go for that?
You'd have to go, you know what I'm saying?
Where do I go to look him up and get this information?
You have to contact, I think, you know, they have some, you have to contact their, now what you want to do is you want to get your, like you just did, which is your genealogy, and you your father's genealogy and see if you can go to a town hall and get a little bit more information on your grandfather's grandfathers, and because they want to see your lineage as far as, you know what I'm saying, how percentage, and so they'll actually like
my cousin sent me my grandfather's death certificate, so I got that. That's a good part,
right. And if you can get a little bit more information about his father's father, so you got all that stuff there, you get a little bit more of that, you can trace that, and you can show them, you know what I'm saying? I'm
getting on it. I'm on it, man. I'm on it, bro.
And you'll get your card, man. You get your card, man. All my cousins on my so my grandmother, because she got into the Christianity and stuff, and you know what I'm saying, with my grandfather, the church, she didn't take that as seriously as her sisters did. So my aunt Laura and her children and my other aunts, all of their kids got cards. My grandmother didn't, you know, put that burden on us, but then later on she was like, she wished that my grandmother's 95 right now. I remember she used to take us to my aunt Elizabeth and Ruth are very common names amongst Shinnecock women, you know, after the Europeans came in, Ruth and Elizabeth. So you see a lot of those, you know what I'm saying? Hendrickson's family, shout out to the Hendricksons. You know, so my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, my aunt Laura and all of them, they got their cards. My grandmother later on in years, you know what I'm saying, she said, you know, you need to get your ID.
Now the card, what does the card say? What does the card means?
Basically the card, it basically
it's like a nationality card.
It's authentication that you are considered a Shinnecock Indian, right?
Oh, okay.
So, and one of the things too, you might have to consider with a lot of our brothers and sisters who are claiming only to be Native American is that when you go, like if you're trying to gain that nationality, they don't want you to claim any other nation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's politics with claiming, you know what I'm saying, and getting your card. You literally have to kind of in certain tribes or whatever, in certain reservations, in order to be a part of that, you cannot claim.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm ready to represent my grandpa.
Africa in you. In order to get that card and to be on that, you know what I'm saying, and to have, you know, rights to that reservation land, you have to say that I'm 100% Shinnecock Indian. I got into a discussion with a Minotaur brother who was preparing. He was becoming a chief. Ran into him on Facebook like about 5 years ago. And when I said that I'm a Hendrix, I said I'm Shinnecock. He jumped on my, you know what I'm saying, on my tail, like, yo, hold on, yo, who's your family? Blah, blah, blah. Like he was coming to G-check me on, so you false flagging over here, right? Yo, I'm Hendrickson. And he said, oh, and he said, I'm gonna hit you right back. He said, yo, I went to talk to my mother. She pulling out pictures, you know what I'm saying, of Hendricksons. You know what I'm saying? And so I told him, you know what I'm saying, you know, who my grandmother was and my Aunt Elizabeth. Aunt Elizabeth, I remember her to this day. She had straight white hair. She had very light skin with freckles, and her eyes at the time, she was like maybe like 90 something. They Shinnecock Indian folks live long. Her eyes had cataracts, so her eyes were totally white. And she would cook and stuff and still get around and everything. Aunt Elizabeth, I remember her, pure-blooded Shinnecock. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let's welcome OTK in the building. OTK, what up, brother?
Baby. What's up, Cuzzo? What's going on, Kyle?
OTK, unmute yourself.
You're on mute, Zeke.
Yeah.
What's going on, Zeke? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
Yeah. What's up,
Uncle Si? Yo, what's going on? Beautiful thing, Uncle Si. Beautiful thing, man, to find out about your peoples. So let me ask you this real quick, Uncle Si. You know, peace to you, peace to the panel, peace to the chat too, definitely. Do you believe that white people was classified as Africans too?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so when they say that you have African in you, what African are they saying that's in you?
Damn, that's a good goddamn question, brother.
Because we was already dark-skinned over here, brother.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, when I read up on the Shinnecock, I seen that they mix with the Negroes. So once they say Negroes, Negro don't mean African, brother.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You see what I'm saying? So let me give you another name to find you some more history up underneath. You ever heard of the Montauk?
Yes, I heard of the Montauk. I heard y'all talking about all of that.
Okay,
Montauk,
so
Massapequa, yep. Come on.
Yeah, so you got them. You got I'm actually reading out this book right here, Encyclopedia of American Indians by Carl Walden. This got every American Indian tribe there.
The Montauk, M-O-N-T-U-K?
T-A-U-K. Yeah, T-A-U-K.
A-U-K. Okay.
That's
right.
also Long Island tribe that used to
okay, that's the tribe that my cousin was talking about. She couldn't get it out. Yeah, she was another tribe connected to them.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the Lenni and Napi, all of them boys like up in there. So let me tell you about this Algonquian family line that you come from, which also connected to the Iroquois. The Iroquois and Algonquian was fighting. All right, so that's why the Iroquois came down into the south, into the northeast, and they came all the way. They came all the way down as far as Let me see, the Sioux. The Sioux was all the way like what, modern day Virginia, all the way down to modern day Virginia. Hey, baby, my granddaughter. Okay, so those are other things you can look up too. And Montauk stands for at the fort too. You know what I'm saying? So that was a confederacy. So the Shinnecock is not just no regular people. They're, if I'm not mistaken, and I gotta find it. If I'm not mistaken, they were some of the ones who also had help with writing the very first Constitution.
Okay.
Because the Constitution was written up there in Canada way first. Now they had a Constitution before the 13 civilized tribes. I mean, the 13 colonies. So they had their own type treaty and stuff like that. Yeah, man. They got a nice little. Let me turn my camera around real quick so I can just let me see. Let me see. Let me turn this around real quick. So this the book right here, Encyclopedia of Native Americans by Carl Walden. You see how thick it is, man. It's a thick ass book. You know what I'm saying? But I was just in there.
You said you was gonna send me something last night. Did you send it?
No, I didn't send it to you yet. You know why? It's as soon as I got off the phone with you, I met a Puerto Rican from New York, right? And me and her was talking, and she was like, "Yeah, I heard you was on the phone talking about hold on, let me switch my camera around. Talking about the American Indian stuff." I said, "Yeah, I was talking to one of my unks, from New York, who just found out they was Shinnecock. You know what I mean? At a funeral." So she pulled out her card. She's a registered Lenape. She was like, "But we're not federal state recognized." But I got my card. She has a license.
Wow.
And her license say American Indian Lenape. I said,
man.
"Oh, wow." I said, "Wow." So I'm definitely gonna have her on the show one day. You know what I'm saying? And do a show with her because I like to hear those stories like that, man.
Hey,
Another thing too, Shop, you are American Indian, not Native American, okay? Unless you use a Native American Indian, because at one point they was calling us Native American Indians, until that Native American got applied to somebody else. First the white people, then it got applied, to the black people.
Hold on, yo, we got to get this thing right, man. We got to get this thing right. If I got to bring unity to us, man, we got to get it right. Shout out to my brother Turtle Gang. Believe me, yo, I'm gonna do a lot of my own research. So it helps a little bit just to listen to OTK. He know a little more about this than me. He been doing this, but I'm definitely gonna be seeking a lot of y'all, talking to a lot of y'all. My man Turtle Gang is in the building. What's going on with the disunity? Just like we have with the Hebrew Israelites, OTK, and War Child, just like we have with the Muslims. Why are we always separated when we say we are part of something else? Like all the Indians are separated. Every nation, every tribe is like fighting against itself. Why is that?
Well, this goes all the way back to your American Indian Wars. You know what I mean? Which been going on for over 400 and something. Let me see, what book is that right there? So this is another book right here, Encyclopedia of American Indian Wars. Another thick book, another good read. It lets you know about every war, even American Indian chieftain against chieftain. The thing with this Native American, that takes us away from the land when you say Native American, because now you pretty much claiming this Siberian land bridge theory that never been proved. You see what I'm saying? You got to watch out for that. And these Native Americans will tell you that they got Asian mixed in them. That's not us, bro. That's not us. So that's the difference. That's a big difference. I mean, somebody else can explain it. You might need to get a real Native American who say that they're Native American up here, like from the West Coast or whatever, and talk to them. But them Native Americans will tell you they wasn't on the East Coast.
Hey, Turtle Gang, call me later on. Let me know what time is the let me know when is the powwow. Let me know, brother. I need to know. If you going, I may roll with you. So let me know, brother. Let me know. Call me after the show.
You ain't never been to a powwow,
No,
sa.neter?
never been to one. Nope.
You ain't never been to a family reunion? Whoa. You ain't never been to a family reunion?
With my immediate family, but I never been to a powwow.
That's a dog. What you think a powwow is? A powwow is a family reunion.
I'm thinking a powwow is when all the Indians come.
Yeah, they do the shit.
I'm sharing my screen. That's a photo from the Shinnecock reservation. This is the reservation, not. This is not no pretendians to all of y'all talking about we capping over here. This is the reservation.
Big fact.
You can't just get on a reservation like that. That's you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay? That's what you want to get.
I'll see a couple of more pictures and stuff while y'all keep chopping it up. But I'm gonna show you a video of the powwow that happens every Labor Day. It's on Labor Day, so it will be on that Sunday.
And another thing too is when they see dark Indians like us, they automatically equate to say, "Oh, you black, you got black in you," and they call you black Indians. When you call yourself black, now you taking me back to Africa. But now we done find all these documents that describe how we had looked when they came over here. We got them. They described us as dark chestnut, copper colored people. You know what I'm saying? From the islands all the way up to North America, dog. When they landed in South Carolina, they say these people was dark chestnut till they resemble the Ethiopian, but not as ugly as the Ethiopian.
Yeah, but let me tell you why the people don't take you serious. Because that's how I was. When I seen all of y'all just fighting each other, some believe that they are the natives, some believe that they are this, it was just, why can't people just be who they are? And, you know, that's all I'm saying, man. So somehow,
I respect that. I respect that, yo. If you are Indian and you got African in you and you can find that African lineage, though, you got the right to claim that. That's you. You got the right to claim that.
It's crazy part, cuz.
Hey, hold on. One more thing. Hold on. OTK, you said ugly. You used the word
Ethiopian.
ugly.
Yeah.
Ethiopians. Have you ever seen the women on Ethiopia?
I seen them. I'm telling you from what the French Jesuit was saying.
Oh, okay.
You know they was doing. See, these French Jesuits and these priors was doing a lot of documentation because they was writing back to the Pope.
I seen a lot of Ethiopian sisters, and damn near everyone I seen was gorgeous, bro. I don't know what you.
I believe you.
Fine AF, bro. I love me some Ethiopian women.
Hell yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You know, down here in the South, dog, we don't really got that African presence like that, bro.
That's trash. Watch this. I did my DNA, bro, and my father's side has 66, and that's where me and you are related. You're my paternal.
Bro. Hey, listen, I don't rock with DNA. Yeah, I don't rock with DNA, bro.
However, that is factual, bro. And so you wouldn't rock with DNA if you trying to prove that some girl that you slept with freaking daggone pregnant with your baby.
Whoa, that's a whole different test. That's a whole different test, bro.
But hold on, hey, OTK. If you was to take a DNA test, OTK, and that DNA is telling you are Native American, would you disagree with the DNA then?
Probably.
Native American is there too, bro.
Yeah, I probably would because if they do say that, they probably would take me somewhere in the Caribbean somewhere.
But
you know what I'm saying?
What are they saying? Saying what you?
Huh?
What if it come back and prove that you are Indian? Then what would you say?
Nah, I wouldn't even take it.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even take it. I don't need no DNA test to tell me who I am. I still got my family around me. I still got 100-year-old family members that's still living around here who know the history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I told you we just got a landmark put up around here, Etowah landmark. And this is called Etowah Indian Village now in Goose Creek, where I'm from. Big facts.
Shut up, Brian Apologetics, you pasty face, pigback, freckleback, punk.
Oh, what happened? What happened, Zion?
Comment section trying to play somebody because he mad because I supported Nepal when she kicked his butt on that debate.
Oh yeah, it was a good debate. Yeah, it was a good debate. Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I told you, sa.neter, man, you went in the AME church as an Indian, you came out of African. Big facts. So all I'm saying is, even your people who say they Puerto Rican, bro, that don't mean they got African inside their lineage, because you got the native people who was in Puerto Rico. A lot of them was getting taken and brought up to America during the American Indian POW slavery. You know what I'm saying? Prisoners of war type slavery. And a lot of us was getting taken from shit. A lot of them Shinnecock got took from goddamn up north and got taken to the Caribbeans. Some got taken to Spain. Some got taken to Azores. Some got taken to Africa. I showed that on the show, on that last bill I did. So it's just a lot of working through we got to do, man. It's just a lot of research we got to do. But knowing and believing is two different things. See, we don't believe, we know. I believe my grandmama them tell me, dog, once they tell me something, dog, I know it now. They've been here a lot longer than me. They know way more history than I know and all of that. For real. So I just don't like when they be mixing that stuff now. You know what I'm talking about? Like everybody that look like us got to have some kind of African descent. That's not true. That's not true.
Do you dislike Africa?
No, I don't got nothing against Africa, but let Africa be great for themselves. It's about me being great for my American heritage. Why I can't make my Indians great? Why I can't show the greatness that we did? That's all I'm about, bro. We did a lot of greatness here. We fought in wars, all that. You ain't see no Native Americans in no war. That's another thing too. You seen American Indians in war. You ain't see no Native Americans in war. And if you did see them, they was helping them catch us. Yeah, but that's a whole nother side of the story. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
But man, I mean, I'm down to get in it with anybody, man. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't saying I'm one of the best in this American Indian studies, dog, but I got enough research to where I can hold conversation with anybody and the best of them. And they're going to have to prove what they're saying and not just going off of their theories. And a DNA test is just no different than a theory.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
not
what kind of Indian are you? What part? What's your background?
Buchiwi and Etowah.
Buchiwi and Etowah. Okay.
Yeah, so the Buchiwi already was here, and then the Etowahs came here in like 1675. So the Etowahs is they got it saying that they sold the land in Charleston. That's how Charleston became Charleston.
You know what?
1670.
Sister Bethy called it a long time ago. She said, "sa.neter, you are of the Shinnecock Nation." She told me this like years ago.
And she's from up that way, so she know how people look, man. She did a lot of history. She's from up that way.
By the way I talk, so she automatically knew it. I was like, "What?" And that's why she laughed at me when I told her. I said, "You know, wow, man, that's crazy."
Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, man. Uncle Si, for real. Oh man, damn, you about to be an Indian non-tax, bro. Hey, he about to be a real Indian non-tax, man.
Oh man, I might get
50 until you get that card.
You know, I think I'm gonna get homeboy to attack me now. What's my man name? What's my man name? The brother that went in on you.
You talk about on your side from your channel?
Yeah, the brother that always going on the Indians.
Shit, it's an ass of them.
My man, the brother that always go in on the Indians. Damn, what's my man name, man? He attacked Sister Bethy. He always going in with the document. I had him on my channel not too long ago.
You talk about YK?
Yeah, YK the truth. Shout out to YK.
He's Nathan. He's Nathan. I shouldn't even have mentioned his name. We got this man going to the government trying to shut us down. Trying to get the government. I mean, he literally called the federal government on us. We got him writing it down, telling somebody, yo, I call the government to try to stop them, but they say they can't stop them because the Aboriginals is something different. I'll show you, sa.neter.
YK, that's my man, though. Shout out to YK, though.
Yeah, and what's crazy is he say he's from Columbia, South Carolina. And then he'll tell you that, yeah, man, we got Indian in us. What?
So YK know what's going on too. He know.
Yeah, he knows. He knows. He's just one of those. See, he's not even a Pan-African. He's what I consider a trans-African.
Nah, but
they don't know how they got here.
What YK is doing, he's doing the same thing I'm saying. Like when y'all deny the African, that's why he's going in.
Yeah, but if we don't got it in us, if we can't find it inside our records or nothing, why can't we deny it? That's all I'm saying. Why can't we deny it? Don't we got the right to do whatever we want to do? We got the right to decide what we want to do and to find it. But check it. These brothers been doing genealogy, so they say for 10 something years, and they can't find no African inside their lineage. You know what I'm saying? But they can find a slave owner who last name they got. I said, man, there ain't been no damn slave owner. That be your great granddaddy. Sure shit, who that was? They great granddaddy. Let me tell you, when these census started coming out, the head of the household was the master. Even if his mama was living with him, his mama will be considered as a slave on these census records. See, people don't know these things, man. They just be talking out the side of their head, man. But we really do the research, man. We really do research. Word.
Right. All right, man. So I thank y'all, brothers. I gotta get ready to get up on out of here, man.
Yeah,
thank y'all for coming through. Yeah, what you want to show on Watch Out?
This 2024 Shinnecock Nation on the powwow.
Go ahead.
It's my nation. Can y'all hear it?
We are in Shinnecock territory on the east end of Long Island. Native Americans were disproportionately affected by the COVID pandemic, forcing tribes to implement strict lockdown rules, which included canceling or severely limiting cultural celebrations.
Hold on, let me see. Here we go.
And the stories of a young girl that was very ill. Her father had a dream of distress, and he made distress for her.
This is what you're going to see when you go. If you go, Saw.
She will build her strength and heal herself over time.
Coming into the dance arena at this time, we have our Shinnecock leaders.
A major concern of Shinnecock leaders is that too many Long Islanders are not aware of their existence.
Everybody in Long Island should know who the Shinnecock people are, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we are the original people of this land, and not to be arrogant, but to just have that acknowledgement.
The Shinnecock people, they're considered a first contact tribe. And what that means is that they've had hundreds of years more contact with the colonial lifestyle.
And for 200 years plus, we were beat up before they even hit west of the Mississippi. You know, a lot of our history was lost.
There was a time in history where our ancestors weren't allowed to practice our culture. It was forbidden. It was illegal.
That's actually one of the reasons why I went to school to become a linguist. I got my bachelor's degree from Stony Brook University in linguistics so that I could help revitalize my native
I thought this was the powwow. This is the boys and club. But you see, this is on the this is the rest.
Well.
So every opportunity that we have,
so I ain't got no problem with no language with our color. We did.
Our songs are what we call
that's because y'all took them in
songs, because I specialize in powwow singing and dancing with our kids right now. And then we go into more ceremonial things for those specific kids that really want to know those things.
Singing is a way to develop language skills. And although the students may not know every word, GNU explains that their bodies.
You got the haters in the comment section. You ain't seen all this nappy hair and brown skin. Come on, y'all. Stop it.
You are. When you hear your traditional songs, when you hear your language,
cut it out.
When you see your dance,
we got some light skinned folk. You got light skinned people in your family. Cut it out, y'all.
Unlocks that spiritual thing, that thing that connects you from generation all the way to the beginning of your ancestors. And it's something that sparks life.
We got some mixtures in there.
Hearts and spirits.
The students' hearts and spirits are further fulfilled as they create their own clothing and regalia. In one end of the clubhouse, the elders teach sewing skills, and on the other side, kids create and decorate their own rings just before their traditional hoop dance demonstration. After a long summer preparation, Labor Day finally arrives. And in Shinnecock territory, that means only one thing: powwow.
This is the 76th annual Shinnecock powwow.
Talking about
we're
that's
actually
not us.
The largest powwow in the eastern region, which
this
is huge because we're a pretty small tribe, especially compared to a lot of the other tribes that are throughout the eastern region.
It's a 4-day celebration, all day, all night. Everybody comes home. Even the ones that don't live here on Shinnecock, on territory, they come home for powwow.
You got a white dude in there.
I tell you, the buzz, especially grand entry, when all the dancers come together and all the categories come in their different groupings, and the drum and the speakers and the bells and the rattles, everything is moving. It's like we are all one. It's a powerful feeling. the dances that we do are not just Shinnecock dances. They're dances that come from all across the country. And one of the things that I know it did for me was instill a sense of pride and courage.
I do this for healing, for prayer. It is medicine. I do it for my family. I do it for the youth that are watching me. And I dance for those who can't.
Wachozini, flag song and victory song. Take it away.
There's very specific duties that we have to participate in, knowing the songs for funerals and rites of passage, for all of these things that we hold private that are outside of the powwow arena. We have two singers that are tweens now, and they've took it upon themselves to learn songs, to learn the styles, to learn the structure of singing.
I heard something about an honor beat. What does that mean?
Honor beat is like when you hit straight in the middle.
You're broke back Ryan. Watch your mouth, B. You don't want me to go in on
Now
you.
they're at the point where they can sing with us older fellas to be able to sit at powwows and competition. And
Broke
that's
back
incredible
Ryan.
to know that they exist. Now it's going to be a good future.
So let me ask you this, Zion. So you seen what, 2 to 3 different looking people in that powwow?
Listen, I have different shades in my family. I just got finished
No,
talking to
Stop, Zion. I ain't say shades, bro. I ain't say shades. I ain't say shades. I say looking people.
What'd you say?
Meaning the phenotype.
Oh, you're talking about the feet? The feet? No. So you're talking about the cheekbones, the facial features? No. Even the dark skin to the lighter skin had very similar features within their bone structure and their facial structure.
Okay, so where do you think that mixture come from? Who are those people that you mix with that make them look like that?
Well, you got to remember
because
this too.
We know the tribe was originally dark. We know that the original Shinnecock was dark.
I agree. But then you had the $5 engines. You had folks mixing in. You had a lot of Christianized colonialization and Christianization, where white folks were going into their land and doing what they will with their women, and you understand what I'm saying? And so you're going to have that. For somebody to think that genetics is stagnant, they really don't study. They're really ignorant, actually. Genetics is not stagnant. In fact, watch this. Here's the interesting thing: Arnold Schwarzenegger and Nicolas Cage. Why is that relevant? Because they both have E1B1A bloodline, which is primarily in Western Sub-Saharan Africa. How do they have that as a haplo? How do they have that as a haplo? Because sometimes genetic doesn't always have to do with the phenotype. Can often have differences than the genotype. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not stagnant. So you really have to watch that.
Climate don't change your phenotype, right? It only changes your complexion, right? Your environment. Your environment don't change your phenotype, right?
No.
Okay, but your environment can change your DNA, correct?
Well, food and stuff like that. I would say it would be like a macro progression throughout time in order for climate and environment to change your pheno or genotype, and at that point. But mixing in genotypes can go faster because if you're mixing with diverse genotypical groups, your gene pool is going to change. You know what I'm saying? With your mitochondrial and your you know what I'm saying, your Y haplo, your paternal DNA and Y haplo. Those cause changes almost immediately unless you're inbreeding with the same group that you've been around, and that oftentimes causes a lot of problems. Ask the Europeans.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking you this is, where's the African in that powwow?
I would say you would have. See, I trust in DNA. You know, as a legal student and stuff like that.
Where is the African in that powwow just now?
would be something that you would have that you're not going to agree with the DNA anyway. I think that the DNA proves where it comes from, because I would say a couple of those light-skinned folks that don't look very black probably got some daggone West and East African. Now, when I did my DNA, I had 66% West African, 12% Native American, and it was like 0.2 East African.
66%. You know, 66% is high, correct?
It's absolutely high, but it's
that means like that would damn near mean your grandmama was full-blooded African.
No, not on my mother's side. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's paternal and maternal. My maternal side has more Native American than African, while my paternal side has more African. The same side me and you are related on, brother, has the 66%. You said one of your fathers was a Waring, right?
Yeah, my mom's husband. Yeah, I call him my dad because he been my stepdad for a long fucking time. Yeah, but yeah, that's my pop. Yeah, hey, that's my pops though. Goddamn, that's my pops though. I love him to death though. That's my pops. He hold me down. Goddamn. Yeah, you missed the family reunion. You missed the family reunion this year. So I got your whole genealogy in the family reunion, dog. My little cousin Gene Reese, he did the whole. I got him studying this American Indian stuff. He did the whole family genealogy, bro, and put it on the wall for everybody, and made copies for everybody to take home with.
I need y'all to thumb up the video. Hey, I want to say thank you, OTK. I'm out of here. Thank you, War Child. I'll be back probably tomorrow. See y'all tomorrow, and we're gonna have a nice, good build. Peace. Hey,
Nation.
Shinnecock up. You know, feathers up. Shinnecock in the building. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, yo, I heard LL Cool J was of the Shinnecock.
Yeah, LL, I believe
Old Dirty Bastard.
And ODB is Shinnecock.
Old Dirty Bastard. He sold Central Park.
Yeah, my grandmother and my auntie on my Shinnecock side. She go to Huntington to get her hair did, but my aunt, word up, man. I see her. She like an auntie to me.
All right.
All right,
Peace, everybody. We out, man. Peace.